Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Rumpelstiltskin. Or Rumpelstilts on made of skin, I don't know, anyway. This one is what you would pretty much expect. A fairy tale comes to modern day times, or in this case the 90s. Where this little dude right here was, of course, if you read the stories, it was all about this devilish little thing who kidnaps babies and eats them. Well, in this case, he tried to do that with one baby, but, well, he got caught. And of course, as we all know from the story, gotta guess his name, baby's in trouble, what happens? Somebody in the village guessed his name, and he was banished into some sort of a egg, I guess. So naturally, it's hundreds of years later, and a woman named Shelley, who calls her husband while on duty, he's a cop, winds up getting shot and killed, but he winds up taking the criminal he was trying to get with him to go with him, of course. Shelley, of course, is devastated, and it's about a year later, sometime after their newborn baby is born, and she decides to go with a friend of hers to some sort of a magic shop, where she just can't seem to get her eyes off this weird-looking egg. So she buys it, we don't know why, and wishes that she could spend one more night with her husband, which she does. And the next morning, who shows up in her shower? Rumpelstiltskin. He wants the baby, she says no way, and it's a long, crazy chase across the city, the town, whichever, involving a motorcycle, a little dune buggy, a semi-truck driven by Rumpelstiltskin. Don't know how he did that. Police slaughter, best friend slaughter, until it all winds up at I believe at a graveyard or something like that, where Shelley guesses his name, defeats the little thing. She winds up getting her baby back, and all seems just fine. So why did this movie suck? First of all, it was directed by the guy who gave us Leprechaun. And I guess he thought, well, kind of do something similar to that, but the lines coming out of this guy's mouth were far worse than anything Warwick Davis could have come up with, whether he read them himself or improvised. The gore in it is just really god-awful. I just find it really, really strange. The director of Leprechaun gave us this movie, and it's like, you go from something good to something bad, and apparently he directed a third movie called Ventriloquist, which I haven't yet seen, but I wouldn't mind checking it out and see if it's any good. But this one, there's just so many moments in this movie, you think to yourself, how sheltered is this woman? I mean, you have to know the story of Rumpelstiltskin. Take your baby, guess my name. Rumpelstiltskin, darn it! She gets told of his origins earlier in the movie, and they confront each other, and they meet up with each other 4 or 5 times, and she doesn't even once, before, of course, towards the end of the movie, say, your name's Rumpelstiltskin, now give me my baby back. Sorry, running that into the ground, sorry. So, the whole thing is so idiotic and so bad and so incredibly lame. Although I will say this much, the best line in the movie is where Rumpelstiltskin is driving a semi-truck over a cliff and he says, "Effeth me." Best line in the whole movie. It's not a real bad one-liner, it was a great one-liner, and it was something to really behold. But it was just a really all-around bad movie. And if you want groanable, bad one-liners, pretty bad gore, and just pretty much a waste of about an hour and a half of a movie, then check it out. But if you have seen it, I feel sorry for you. And you'd like to let me know what you think about it, send me a comment below. Love to hear from you guys. But there you guys have it, a review of Rumpelstiltskin. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, fantasy horror movie that was directed by a guy who gave you a little something, and it was a really big piece of crap movie, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.